Hello, hello. If you're out there, give me a wave in chat or say hello. Eddie is having internet issues today, but hopefully he will be joining us soon. But for now, I am going to be reading the chat and making dangles. And you guys know I love to make a dangle, but it's been a little while. I did try last week, but we had a storm and my power went out. So we had to call it early. But today we're going to dig in and make those dangles. So if you don't know me, I'm Sharon, Texture Junkies, and I'm glad to be here with you. Normally we would read an oracle card or have a moment of peace, before we begin, so that we can make the most of our art and get the most out of it. But today, I think all I'm going to do is put my feet flat on the floor because I don't know about you, but I have a habit of getting up on my toes and like stressing my legs out when I'm creating. And I don't know why, because it's like the most relaxing thing I can do unless I'm frustrated. So I'm going to put my feet flat on the floor, and I have to check in with myself regularly to make sure I'm doing that because it just happens. I don't know why. I'm going to roll my shoulders a little bit, which feels so incredibly good right now. Ugh, I worked yesterday, and it was the first slow day we've had that I've worked, and I just worked on a lot of, putting stuff away, getting stuff on the floor, and kept myself busy, doing heavy work. Don't forget the thumbs up and share with your friends, because this is a peaceful place where we get to rebalance our nervous systems in this unusual time. I know that viewership has kind of dropped off because of everything that's happening in the world. I think people are extra preoccupied, and it's hard not to keep your eye on the news at all times right now, but it's not good for you. So I just check in the morning, and then maybe once in the afternoon, and then I try to get about my day. So lately it's been a lot of slow days, though. I'm not moving very fast. Anyway, this is where we're at with the journal right here. And I put words here. It says, look for the magic. I didn't have that on there last time. I'm going to untie, and we're going to have some specific places where we're putting those dangles, but I'm just going to make some and we'll figure out where they go. Because I generally have a lot of the same colors in here. I think I did this one, not with you guys, and it's not finished. I have some little things here that I've tucked in that I'd like to, finish up. That might go on there. I've got the old trick or treat bags, and I found another one too. Let's see. We've got her. This is the one I was working on this morning. I got these postcards, and they finally came in the mail. They were late, and they were for this to add to it, and they're so beautiful. Oh, hi, Anne. Hey, Uda. I'm just sitting here talking to myself, Eddie's internet is down, so he's working on it right now. Anyway, I kind of started and created, and then I tucked some little papers in here. This is like a little book. I tucked some papers in here to make some tags with, or to finish some things off that kind of go with it. And I've got these mushroom they kind of are the same colors because I put the blue texture paste on there. So that's kind of what I did there. Thought I'd make another little book with the mushrooms on top. Yeah, got a little bit of rickrack there. This is not done. So that's the one I was just kind of working on this morning. I still haven't got to go down to my chair with my markers. I just, something always comes up, doesn't it? It just does. Did I do this without? I did this without you guys, didn't I? And I've got a little skull and key there. Sorry, words. You guys saw that. You saw that one. This one needs I've got these. Let's see. I'm looking for the cards to show you that I got to accompany this. Let's see. I've got this one, which is amazing. That could go there, actually. See the pumpkins under the bridge? She's absolutely beautiful. She's fixing her broom. Isn't that cute? She's in a pumpkin patch. Her beautiful red hair. She's got her black cat and her black cat with her magic bubble. Oh, I love this. This goes in a different book altogether, doesn't it? Isn't that cool? She's picking poisonous mushrooms. Isn't she cute? She's absolutely adorable. These are kind of the same style, but they're not as colorful and pin-uppy. She's making a potion. She's got her cats. I love this. Isn't she cute? She's so pale. And we've got a witch in red. And that's it. Oh, and this one. That one could go there. Look at all the purple. That one's perfect. I'll leave both of those in there. Anyway, let's get to some dangles, shall we? Oh, that's another purple one. Hold on. So if this one goes there, maybe this one go. Look at that. That's perfect. All right. Train's going by and my desk is shaking, or my camera arm's shaking. Anyway, I'm going to set this off to the side. So I was looking, when I walked in the door, I saw I have these things hanging there, and it's a cork with some wire and those stars. And then I put these eye screws in to hang it up. And it was just kind of hanging there on a rack. When I walk in my door, I look at it all the time, and it really matches. So it might end up on the side, you know, hanging off the side. I did put the little poison bottle on there too. And then remember, we have this one here that needs something. Oh, wait, it has this, but it's very bent. But I'm thinking I might put a few jewels on here or some fringe or something. But the first thing I want to make today is kind of a flat tassel. I've got all kinds of little goodies here to do this with. And what I'm going to do is like a little tassel that has a charm on it. Like a, I don't know how I'm going to do that part, but what, like beads and charm, and then some ribbon. But I want to use something fun, and it's going to go here. So I put one of these hooks. Hi, Mama Juju. I put one of these. This is a Chicago screw. So it actually has a screw on the other side. And what I did was I put it in between. I used my crocodile to punch a hole in between the signatures. So I want to hang kind of a short little flat tassel right here. And that should be fun. But I want to find something to put it on in the first place, you know, like something, a ring, or it could be a belt buckle, like a broken belt buckle. It could be, you know, anything sort of, I mean, I could just use that. That's like a key ring, but it's extra thick. Something that'll hang on there, you know. Oh, I have these. This has like a little clip, and then it opens. And do you remember we used to wear a lot of long beaded necklaces? These are to twist, and you put on the ends, and then it creates like a shorter necklace. So I've got a bunch of these. Maybe I should use this, or I can hang this anywhere. It might also go there. I have some, let's see, anything sort of round, flat. I think I'll use this one. This is fine. That one will work. All right. It's just bright, isn't it? It's very bright. Okay. I did have one more little place to look here. I have some belt buckles somewhere, you know, like a whole bag of them, and I thought they were in my sewing kit, but I can't seem to find them. I put the bag someplace special. That's what happened. You know how it goes. But I don't see anything else. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And I'm going to grab some like thin ribbon. I'll probably hang it this way. So it's, you know, wider right there. So let me grab some thinner ribbon here. Let's see what we got. So the outside of that is green and gold, basically. And I want to kind of match those up. There's a bit of green. I have a bunch of little skinny ones over there somewhere. I've got that stuff. I can do some black lace. I could do white. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Oh, I got this fairy lace stuff that could work, but I don't see that with black. For some reason, I'm thinking black doesn't really go with that. This might look nice. This plaid, and I can shred it. That's cute. It's kind of, you know, like I could make it into a couple different strips, skinnier strips. Got a bit of white here. Gotta have some raggedy bits too, in my opinion. I do really like that one, and maybe this black and white. There's another piece of that. And there's a green ribbon and a green ribbon. This is just like scraps, basically. And I'll take out this velvet. Okay, I think that's a good start. All right, so let me see this. Now, this is nice and raggedy, but it doesn't go with everything there, obviously. But let me cut some of this up and we'll see how it looks with this collection of stuff, and I'll use this elsewhere. So does anybody else like to make dangles like I do? Anybody out there like to make little baubles to add to whatever, like my window jewelry? So this doesn't tear, which is quite annoying, and it means I have to cut it. I don't like that, which means I won't use much of it if I use it. We'll kind of gather it together, see how it looks. All right, I'm going to stop there. You get off my desk. So how's everybody doing? How's your week going? You don't like to make dangles, Uda? Is that right? You don't like to, or you just don't make them very often? Because that's the difference, huh? Let's see if I can get rid of or use some of this. This does tear if I cut it correctly, and then it doesn't tear at an angle and just tear off like that. But that's actually a good length. It's Friday. Yay, yeah. You're rifling through a tray of stuff right now so you could. Oh, good. Well, that's good. That makes me happy that you're doing some dangles with me. All right, so I think that's enough of that one. And I'm going to leave all these strings on here too. And I don't really need to make it super long. I'm going to kind of go in between. So let's go. And they won't all be the same length, of course. So if I put a piece of that in there, I'll save this for another. I like to tie on a paper clip or something. Maybe some of this stuff. That one's kind of long, so I'm going to save that one. And here's another one that's perfect. Do I want to use some? Yeah, that's not terrible, is it? Put it over here. To the green rickrack. No. To the, ugh. Ugh. And I'm not going to use that. Let's see. I can use that one. I like this one. It's darker. And I think a tassel is about the only way Uda, too fiddly and you don't fit your grunge. You know, I make grungy. That's how I make these usually, is grungy. I just, you know, it's unusual for me to do this style at all that I'm doing. So, you know me, I like the grunge. I'm all about that. Let's see. That one's a bit too long still. Okay, I'll put that over there. And then I'll decide if that's full enough. Yeah, it's okay. All right, I'm going to get my green string over here that I use all the time. Random that it's green. Get a bunch of that out. Because I'll also add some to the tassel, because I don't know, string looks good. And then we'll do a little bit of beading and a little charm that hangs on it. Now I'm going to take this, find the middle-ish. Maybe I'll double it. Find the middle-ish. Oh, I need to put it on my thing, don't I? Well, gotta do that before I tie it. Okay, so this actually clips pretty tight, which is good, or I wouldn't put it on there. It fits in like a bracelet and then has the latch. So let's make sure I'm where I want to be here and put what I want on top. Just a little trim of string here. Okay. Now, oh, did I take that one out? That one would look nice on top, wouldn't it? This one doesn't tie very well, so it's perfect for this. Yeah, okay. So this is the hard part. I want 6 hands for this bit. You know, what I can do is clip it to make it easier to tie. That would work. Come on. This is fiddly, this part, but worth it. One thing you can do is tie them on individually, but I'm doing it more like a tassel, so I want this sort of spot right here tied off, and then I'll twist something around it as well. Ah, it ripped. Let's grab this instead, because I'm going to have to tie it tight. All right. I'm going to have to cover my knot or tie it in a bow. I mean, that looks nice tied in a bow. That would actually work. And a knot. And we'll see how it hangs if I'm going to. So I could tie a bow over the top, but I kind of want to have hanging, you know, like 3D stuff, whether it's a bead or a charm or a piece of found something or whatever. So I think what I'm going to do now is use more of this. I'll double it up. Can't seem to ever get them right. Wait. Get what right? Mama Juju. How's everyone doing? Y'all okay? all I'm doing is like getting that to lay down a little better. Now this one, when I tie it, it will lay down. That's why I wanted to do the string in the first place. You could do it in the front or the back. This is a good way to use up your scraps. Look at that. That works. Tassels. Oh, well, it takes a little practice. That's all. And some people like to have them cut all the same length. I'm not that person. I do try to cut things at an angle if they are like a piece of ribbon or whatever, but I like some raggedy edges, different lengths. I mean, it's up to you and your tastes, how you want it to lay down. All right. So next I'm going to, and the clip is a good idea. So you have an extra hand, basically. You either, oh, you like it. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to set this off to the side, but we can see where we're going with this. Now let's do a little something extra to it. Let's get this off my desk. I'm going to move this over here and this over here. Okay, so I'm going to be able to get it through the hoop with this. There are many ways you can clip them on, though. I mean, if you want to use a ring, you can. You could use a jump ring. You could use a bulb pin, any of those things. But this will be handy for me to go ahead and unlatch it to feed it through. Hopefully it fits through the ring. All right, so I've got my ring on. You see that? Got my ring. And got some goodies over here to dig through. I kind of whittled down the goodies, by the way. There was a lot more. So I want to decide, this doesn't go in this one, this goes in that one. I want to decide kind of what is going to go on here. I have these little flat back thingies. I could put something like that on there, but I think it sticks up too far. I kind of want to put a bell on it. I think that's a great idea. A fat bell would be okay, because this is the kind of thing you would take off when you open your journal, and you could have like something bigger. I do have this kind. These are really cool. But scale says do a small one, I guess. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to mix my metals up. I have the crow. He looks kind of cool. These charms right here that have words on them. So this says, I choose strength. I love that. I love that it's long. I can hang it down further so it can have some different things hanging on it at different lengths. So I just picked that one right off the bat. So we're going to use that one. I choose strength. I think that's perfect for us. Now, so these you can get done pretty quickly. It's just about, finding the base you want to use. You could use a paper clip or a safety pin as well. Like I could have used, probably that would work for a tassel. And then you just weave the thing through there. You want to be able to unclip it, though, if you can. So there's really nothing in here to put on there. All right, we're digging through this now. I think I need one more bulky piece, and then we'll pick a couple beads. Maybe it's a star, or this needs to be in a bigger thing. It's not really working, is it? I want it to match. Maybe a sun. Oh, that's not really a sun. That's like a compass or something. Spider web. There, I've got every metal. We'll do that. Okay. Now, oh, I have the witch's broom too. I haven't even opened these ones. I've had them. Haven't used any. They're cute. Maybe I'll do the broom because it's long again. Yeah. Just need to go in something else here. And then we're gonna do. We may do one of my buttons I used to do, and I've actually, that was when I accidentally started selling stuff. It was somebody that reached out and said, you need to make me some of those buttons. So we may do one of those, but I usually do those in bulk, and I haven't for a while. I'm going to get some chain. Gotta have chain. So I do have a tray here with beads and stuff on it. Kind of raided my stash downstairs. From the bag that I take to work. I really do want to use that piece. Okay. Oh, one of these would have worked too, but I would have needed to find a way to connect it. So, I mean, you have lots of options there. So I've got this green stuff here. I think a little piece of that on one of those would be fun. And then a piece of a chain. How about the copper? I don't have any charms in this color, so I was doing other things with this one. So we'll use some of that. And then maybe one of them will hang with beads on the bracelet elastic. And it won't show. I mean, we'll see how we do, but hopefully it won't show. All right. And then here... let's do our first one here. I think for this one, we're just going to hang the bell on this one. So I'll decide how long, because it's pretty decorative, and I think the bell is plenty good. I need my tools, and the rings on these are really, really weak. So I'm going to need that. There. So that's for that one. And then I'll do some different lengths. I'm going to go ahead and use gold. I really need this right now. Using up your scraps is always fun. So I bet you guys have a bag of little ribbon and fabric scraps that you can use for something like this, which is fun. All right. So I've got my little ring on here, and I always put it on the same way because I do it mindlessly. So I, like one of them's wider, one of them's skinnier. I always have it with the skinny one closest to me, just because then I can just do it. And I get on a roll and it happens quickly. So I'm going to use a bigger one than I would think to use here because I want it to be strong. And that. And I'm not worried about the metals because we're going to use all the colors here today. That. I'm going to use that one again. Sometimes the smaller the jump ring, the weaker it is. Sometimes they're just as thick though. So I'm going to connect this in the string here. I get it up in there. There we go. And I have to use my other plier. There we go. So it'll hang like that. That's my bell. Now a different length, and we'll use the copper. I think this one, I think with the word, I want it closer to the top. So I may just hang that straight on there. So let's do the broom on this one. But I want to add a few beads too. So I'm going to make this one the longest, and the broom is already long. So I'm going to cut the chain shorter so I can add some beads. And then we'll get our broom on there. I think also maybe that's where I'll add the beads, is at the bottom. All right, so just kind of pulled out some fun. I've got these white ones. I've not used any of these ones yet. They have little gold stars on them. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I think that one's fun. I've also got little blue stars. I've got these purple stars. I need one more. I can't just do 3. That's weird. That's so weird. Maybe a little black obsidian triangle for no reason. All right, so with these, I think I'm gonna just grab, let me see if I can find a long pin that I can use. Just put all 3 on one. So, these are all shorter ones. I kind of want some gold. There. So put the triangle in the middle. These wouldn't normally go together, but for what it is, I think it's just fine. All right, bend that down. Use my finger kind of as a guide. Ooh, I usually try to point those someplace because otherwise you're stepping on little needles all the time because, you know, like they fly like a toenail. Okay. So twist it sideways. Like, I'm using the wrong side. Yeah. That. These have a weird a weird place for the hole. They kind of stick out. I don't know why they did it like that, but I haven't used one yet to see how they hang. It's okay. Yeah, that's all right. Gonna put the star on top. I want the star on top. I want this because the circle is bigger, and well, that's hard to do. And it's weightier. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chain on while they have that open then. Right here. Sometimes that's the hardest part. Okay. And this side, I'm going to twist it. It's kind of hard to use that hole on the broom because it sticks out. All right, so then we have that. Every kind of metal. Didn't end up using the elastic. So do I want that to hang down all the way? Yeah, I think that's okay. We're going to use another gold one. Did I tell you guys when I did the Harry Potter thing with the weekend where we had the kids table and they made things, right? I did so many of these that I bruised. I had a stripy bruise where that smallest one is, because I did so many. It was crazy. That's never happened. I mean, it was repetitive though. I had to put jump rings on every one of the tiny witch hats, and then on things for the kids. Don't be fiddly. There we go. There. Oh, that looks cool. Okay, now number 3. I need to, thinking like one bead on a, yeah. Just, how about another one of these? I'm not trying to be all matchy-matchy, but I think that's fine. So now I'm going to get a short one out. And if I have to put a loop on it, I will. Kind of want gold. There's a gold one. I don't have. I didn't see any short ones. Bend it this way. Yeah, ouch. It was, you know, after a while, that's how I noticed the bruise, because it was hurting. Because I kept shoving a thing in there and turning it. And yeah, it went away pretty quickly. It was a stripe, though. I've never had a stripe bruise. That was the nutty part. That's too long. My husband brought me this one from work. It's what they use on the wires at work. And he had a bunch of them, so he brought it to me from his toolbox. It was really sweet of him. Okay. And then I'm going to move that to the side. I think I Choose Strength is wonderful. Okay, and one more of those. I think that was pretty quick. What it took us, well, how is it 12:37 already? How is that even possible? I swear time has sped up. Does it feel like that to you guys? Like every day, not just right now? I cannot believe it is already 37 minutes in. That felt like 15 minutes. There we go. Oh, it's cute. I love it. It's wonderful. It's making me giggle. That's a, you know, when you're feeling like kind of down, or like you don't have all the creativity you would normally have, start with something that is easy, that you know you can whip through like that. Anything that you do easily or well, and you know, just like to warm up. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over here. Look at that. All right, that worked out pretty well. I love it. Cute. Okay, now let's do some, let's see where else we need to go here. We've got one there. We've got our little poison jar there. There it is. Remember we made that last time. This needs so much more. This one I put a tassel on and a tie. Let's see. I'm looking for ones that already have holes, and we'll fill those first. That one. So I need one in probably black and white here. And that might be where this one goes. Where is it? There's the black and white one. Where has it gone? I thought I just set it over here. Oh, there it is. This one's perfect for here because it's already black and white, but I want to do something to the other side because it's going to show. But it does really work there. And it works on this side. I'll probably put it that way. So we'll do something here that goes with her. Can I put red on that? Red won't be too painful over there. And I'll clip it on there like that. Okay, so let's do that one. And then also any others with an eye? No, but there will be. And we'll do some wood pieces too. I do have those out. Okay, so if I want to put something on here, first of all, I'm going to take this off so I can add an eye to it, an eyelet. I think if there's room on, is there room on that? Yeah. All right. So let's add that. And we're going to put it on the top one. It doesn't need to be on the bottom one. And I had some out. There we go. I'm going to put this over here for a second until we decide. Maybe some that or that on this. Ooh, or the chart, the one that looked like lava. All right, so I may have to make that hole a tiny bit bigger. Let me see if I've got a smaller one here. I mean, I know I have a smaller one. I just, wrong drawer. This one. How big are these black ones? Too big. These are tiny, but oh my gosh, these I can barely get in place. They're terrible. Oh, these ones are worse. That's the one I'm thinking of. These ones are good though. I am not good at ordering the size I need, and I always, there's some orange ones. There's a red one. I always seem to order the wrong size. I'm just not good at it. I'm always guessing. I'm no eyelet master. How about you guys? Are you an eyelet master? You know, because that's so tiny, I'm just going to give it a whack. I think that'll be okay. Just one little whack. I've got this. Oh, there's a tiny gold one there. Or not. The other ones are hard because they're two pieces. I mean, it's silly. Okay, close your ears. Okay, got it. Sorry, guys. Usually I would use the crocodile, but, you know, not for that teeny tiny one. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And then let's go ahead and do something with this. I'm thinking something hanging down would be cool. Perhaps even, I have that white stuff out. I got some new black trim that I'm really excited about that I'll have to share with you. Where's that white stuff I had out? I need it. But I need it. This stuff. But remember, she is like the Grim Reaper on the other side, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind as I'm doing this. No. This is the new black trim. That, and I'm really excited about this one. It's got like little leather laces on it. Isn't that cute? I didn't have enough black trim, I found out when I started doing this. And that's, you know, otherwise I wouldn't have discovered it, I guess. We'll use this little piece right here, I guess. And no, I'm going to put this in here. Okay. Get it off the desk. So I let this hang down right here. And I want to put something on here. I'm not sure what, because it's painted canvas. But she's red. And she's the spider web. I do have this bucket of some strange things here, perhaps. Got some little, maybe some gold stripes. There's another one that's got some embossing on it. It's just weird stuff in here. And this. Oh, she's the spider woman, isn't she? Let's do the gold stripe with the spider sticker. That sounds fun, doesn't it? That sounds unusual. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. You got to start on key. That's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to just put that on there. And it should work because it's painted canvas, but it's tissue paper. So I should just be able to use like a glue stick on it. Oh, I got something funny. So I had taken the glue stick out of my bag when I went to work. I didn't need it in my bag. It was in there and it was just taking up room. So I took it out and I'm going to put it diagonally. No, I can't. It's not big enough. I stuck it on the table by my chair. And so there I am. It was dark last night watching TV. It's next to my chapstick. I almost put a glue stick on my lips. Seriously. Well, and I never really could reorder because all the eyelets that I had, I bought in a craft lot. I didn't have the size. Never had the size. Yeah. Yeah. So a chapstick and that glue stick, exactly the same. Feels the same. I only noticed it because it didn't smell like my chapstick. Isn't that ridiculous? So what I'm saying is never put the glue stick where your chapstick is. That's all. And that is the end. So I'm going to make sure that I got all these little bits trimmed off here. And then I'll even go so far as going around the edges here, even though it's canvas, because I want to get the edges of the paper. All right, and I'm going to put the spider on there. So I don't even know where these came from. They probably had them for 20 years. They were in my kids' stuff, and I sold them. If I can get it off here. This is what happens when you try to use a 20-year-old sticker. Come on, let go. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm sure my husband would love it if I used a glue stick on my lips. Actually, I'm sure that would be preferable sometimes. And I think I need a flower. I think while I'm at it, I need one of these like sort of chipboardy flowers. It's like a dead flower. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that's fun. Should have, here, I bet I still can. Unless I tear my paper. As hard as that was to get off the plastic. Let's see if I can get it off here without ripping it. You know, I don't think I can rip this. It seems like it might be like plastic, like thicker plastic. Interesting. Okay, so now it's going to have a hole right here. So I'm going to put it down a little lower. This is just like a chipboard flower. There we go. Cute. Because why not? A spider and a flower. Okay. And then I have to decide, do I want to put some of this on? I'm not feeling it. Just not feeling it. One thing I could do is to punch a hole in it and hang something from it. That might be fun. I mean, you can take this shape and punch holes and add little, you know, bits of fringe or dangles or charms or whatever, you know. So I'm going to go back over the hole that was already there. That's cute. Okay. It's like two completely different tags, isn't it? Or dangles. Because of the, like different pages. One for each side. Okay. And this was already tied, so we'll just go back through it again. If I can get through it. And then let's clip it on. And if we clip it on in the right direction, because it's not hanging down very low, it should be fine. Let's assume we can find that again. There we go. This is going to be a chunky, chunky book. I mean, it's nearly filled, which is amazing, and I'm happy about it. So this. Oh, I did that backwards. I want this. I still did it backwards. How am I doing that? Bite me. I don't want to. Not like that. Okay. As she famously, ow, poked myself. As she famously said, you got to put it on in the right direction. There we go. There. Because why not? I should add some more of these dead flowers to this because it still needed stuff. That would be a good idea. Oh, I can do that later. Okay. Now let's just make some random dangles that are the right sort of colors. All right. Hi, Julie. We missed you last time. I know you've been going through moving stuff. So I do have this, and it's like Elvira, or it's Lily Munster, Frankenstein. There's some other of my coworker actually went through and named all but one of the monsters on there. They're from the old black and white movies. Hi, Carol. Welcome. Welcome in. We sure do miss Eddie. The banter between Eddie and I think is so special. I'm trying to take off the plastic film. I'm going to turn this one into just an extra dangle that I can put on top. Like on one of the coffin paper clips. So I've got that. Those go together. I'm going to go ahead and use that elastic now and do a bit of, it's all tangled. I'm really mad. Let's just take a bit of that. And we'll bead some of these on here. Probably some of those. And we'll put that in with that. Okay, so if it goes on like this, and I want it on the top, that means that I want to put the stuff right here on this side, just to ensure that it still clips on. So it needs to be right here. It's good to know that when you have a paper clip in a shape, in a specific shape, like the direction it's going to need to be. I mean, that might just be easily said for some people, but I physically have to go through and and say, okay, it goes like this, you know. So I didn't use these last time. I also have these super cool. It's like lava. It looks like these are natural stone. I don't remember what they are. Dragon scale, something. But they're scaly, they're crackled, and they look like lava. So those are fun. These would also go really well. This is what I was using on, because these are for bag charms. And I got this set of beads for the bag charms because they're sturdy enough for kids. So I could most certainly use some of these if I wanted. Or I could do that. What do you guys think? Also got the obsidian and the hematite. I think this. Does that sound good, you guys? It needs like a spacer or something. So it's not as boring. I do have these. Let's see how they look. Blowflies? Hi, April. Welcome. We're a little quieter than usual today. Welcome in. Okay, I think I'm going to use this color here because it's like the gunmetal. So let's see how that looks with this. And I should be able to just tie this on there. I think I haven't used this stuff other than to make a couple bracelets. So let's see. And I'm using chain on the kids. Let's use a black one. Using chain on the kids' bag charms for their backpacks. It doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's okay. We'll do 3 beads, of course. And we'll see if it ties on nicely. So I'm going to put that back and put that back. And back to the green one. So if this sticks out of the top, these beads really aren't too fat. That's something I would think of. So if I put it like that, then I probably need another spacer on the bottom, and then I can wrap this around it. We'll see if I can do this, see if it works. Otherwise, I would use chain and just use a head pin. So like that, and then probably would have been good to start with this if I was going to need to tie a knot in it. But I've got enough elastic here to fiddle with it. Okay. I'm going to go around it a couple times. Let's see how it looks. Will it lie flat? It's not going to lie flat. So you can use a tiny bead, I know, on the end like this. But it'll be a matter of, oh, look at that. That worked. So I think I need to go around it one more time if it'll let me through. I know needles are nice, aren't they? Needles are good. They help so you don't struggle like me. And then this one, so this one I did on the opposite side, so that should help it lay flat too. I'm wrapping this around a couple times. I could let it be like that. It wants to lay flat. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to thread it back through a couple of them and then cut it if I can. I keep putting bead needles on my in my cart and then not getting them because I don't usually do this. I usually use wire and chain, you know. I just want it to go through the one bead. Come on, you got this. Otherwise, I just have to cut it. I'm just going to cut it. I don't have the patience for that. Okay, but you need to lay one way or another. Lay flat. Okay, I'm getting frustrated. If I can't put it back through, oh, screw you. Sorry. Excuse my language. I'm not doing that. I am going to get out a piece of one of these. It's fine, fine, fine. I'm going to use this one. After all that, how many minutes was that? It was a lot of minutes. Felt like a lot of minutes. Oh, Paul, hello, buddy. How are you? Just over here fumbling with elastic, you know. Oh, wrong one. Can I have this one? And this one. And this one. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that over there. Oh, I'm okay. Other than kind of wishing I had those bead needles. Okay, so I'm going to hang this. Let's put a little, well, let's see how that hangs. I might want to put just like a tiny chunk of chain on there, just so it hangs down nicely and doesn't like stick out. It feels like it might need it. I think it will. So let's put this girl on here. We're doing mixed metal, so just a little bit. Use this one. Okay. And then I can see if this, like the end of it, will go through the chain, or I can put it on a jump ring, or I could even put it on a jump ring and then tie it on here, which might be the way to go, so it doesn't slip off. So it stays in its spot, maybe. And then I'm going to use, let's go bigger. Go bigger. This one's bigger. You know, it's really all just about fiddling like I just did to find out what works and what doesn't. It doesn't put this on here. There's no science to what we do. It's mixed media and it is what it is. You know, like if we don't try new things, we'll never know. So, all right. So I'm going to tie that on there with the jump ring. So I'm going to get a strong, like this one, because this one is strong, but it's thin enough. And it matches. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? That's cute. All right. So let's get that on there. No. Uda said, that's too fiddly. So then we decided everything needed to be fiddly, I guess. It's not always fiddly. All right. And there we have it. It's cute. I could tie that in a bow. That's adorable. Let's put it on a page and see how it looks. Or we'll just put it on a card that I've got sitting here. Let's wrap this. So maybe this goes somewhere in the front. Like, oh, I turned this into a pocket. I did not finish it, but it was a start. So there it is. That's cute. And as long as it's on the page, we don't have to worry about the ribbon moving around, but that can stick out the top. All right. So less of that. Now we're going to move on to some little wood discs. I'm going to put the beads back over here. Get them out of my way. They don't need to be on my desk. It's not beads. All right. So I've got these. You can use, you don't have to have the wood. You can actually use cardstock, cardboard. If you've got punches, that would be great. Just punch it out of some cardboard, put them back to back, and basically turn the cardboard back into wood. Yeah, Eddie doesn't have his internet today. Sorry if I'm missing any comments. Sorry about that. You're getting ready while you play. Oh, okay. Are you getting ready for work or do you have a hot date? That's the question. So we have like 50 minutes left. Wood disc with like tiny collage on it, or do you want to see how I do my buttons? I haven't made any for a while, but I don't really use them like buttons, but I might be able to just do that real quick, just not decorate it or do anything with it. You remember the buttons, don't you, Julie? I've also got these plastic bits. I mean, if you look around and look in your recycling, you really don't have to have the wood at all. But they make nice dangles. And you can also punch more holes in them. So the crocodile, because it's got an angled punch, it actually works on wood, on the balsa wood. So yeah, Julie remembers them. Okay, so, but let's cover it before we do that. So I'm actually just going to take, these came from work. Now the event has passed. It was October 17th and 18th, and it was the ghost walk downtown. I thought he might be fun on something, so maybe we need to put him on there. I think that's a good idea. And then I thought I'd use one for the circus journal. I'll put it in the box. And then maybe on the other side, I've got some labels that say Horrorville Laboratories, and some book page perhaps behind it. I've also got this that can go on a larger one. Maybe I'll use that label and I'll do it at an angle. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it that way. I do have some different sort of tarot stickers to put on this one as well. Let's see, right here. They're not really tarot cards. I pulled some of those out too, but they're bigger and they're beautiful. See that? They're really pretty. There's a nice one too, but I thought those would fit nicely on there. And then maybe a flower on the other side, or I've got these girls that match that other girl. I think these go on something else. Oh, there's more. That one's got a purple butterfly, birds. Oh, that one's got spider webs. I think I need to use that hole in the other one. Let's see. I could just use a domino. That would be fun. Okay, let's do that. All right, so first of all, I have to decide where. I love when I get down to the point when I use stuff like this. The sanding point makes me happy. I don't know why. Sanding the edges is such a thrill. I love inking and sanding the edges. All right, so I cut that out so I could kind of make sure that he was in the right spot. I wonder if I can save the words ghost walk if I put him all the way down. I can, I think. I think I can. Okay, so just this kind of glue. You can use some collage glue if you want, like school glue. So there was a whole stack of those at work, and it was hard for me to not just take them all. You know me, right? I wanted them all. But then I thought, what am I going to do with all of them? It was a lot. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of a trim on this side. Now we want the words ghost walk. I could have cut that off first, I guess, but you know. So kind of a trim. Save that. So Paul, we should show you how to make your own junk journal out of recycled materials. I know we haven't done much of that on here, but that's how it got started. All of it, really. That's where it began. Okay, so I'm going to put these on here and then put this across it. Trim it again. Find the hole. Probably put a hole on the bottom as well, but I got to get it covered first. So at an angle, because you know I like an angle. Once again. And you know what? I think this one kind of fits better on there, doesn't it? Because it's got the round part of the label. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that one. I'm going to cut it off. It's a great way to use up all your tiny little bits. The little dangles like this. Go the other way. And a little on this side. And this. These little bits here. Oh, wait, one of those was, it's just a bit of cardstock. All right. So again, and then we'll get to my favorite part. You'll not be as chatty because you're trying to unpack. That's okay. That's all right. I'm not as chatty either because, you know, I don't have the Eddie banter and I'm concentrating on something. And I'm sorry I'm missing comments, you guys. It's not usually this quiet. Not me at my desk talking to myself. Usually. Okay, sandpaper. The reason why I like this part is because I like to get kind of the raw wood around the edges. I'm going to try not to lean on my desk because I'm shaking the camera. I know I am. I just think it's rewarding watching the little pieces fall too. It is. This is very similar to inking something, like when you're inking tags and stuff. Same action, just more of it. If you haven't thought about it yet, thumbs up is much, much appreciated, you guys. I'm not good at asking for that, you know. Okay, so I'm going to use a bit of this and make this grungy, Uda. So you can make them grungy. going to go ahead and do this top bit. It says tour. I don't need it to be as bold. All right. Now I'm going to punch some holes. So I've got to figure out where that hole was. Right there. Get a pencil. Right there. I mean, I don't have to put it in the same spot. It's just, it would be weak if I put it next to it and didn't get it right on it. Twist. Oh. Took my paper with it. So it's not dry. Probably happened down here too. And then I'm going to put one here. And one here. I could have given him a body, I guess, if I had gone straight down. I could have done wider beads and gotten more narrow. That would be kind of silly. And I like silly, you know, but that's okay. So that will get eyelets and then something on it. I can dangle string from it. I was thinking more like a chain that goes from here to here with something on it. So we're going to set that off to the side. Now I do my buttons exactly the same way, you guys. So I would put, but I was stamping them. I would put like newsprint on them with collage medium. So it was on there really good. And it goes on both sides. So when I started, I would fold it over like that, glue both sides. And I used to do trays and trays of these. And that's how I met one of my oldest subscribers from my old channel. She actually saw it on Facebook in a group and private messaged me and said, hey, can you make me like 50 of those? And over the years, I actually made lots of things for her because she kept an eye on the pictures that I posted and what I was making. So I ended up making things in bulk for her all the time. But what I did was I stamped on the paper first, you know, with small stamps. And you can even use a heat tool, embossing, or embossing paste on them after, but it has to be something really small. You could put a sticker on it. You could put a temporary tattoo on it and then seal over the top. Those are really great because they have like shiny golds and whatever. But in mixed media, I think I could even use like gold foil. That would be fun. And then they just get used as an embellishment, or you can use them as a button. Either way, it's about the only way I've ever used a button. I always think I'm going to use a button, but then I don't, you know. So let's put this on here. So this is pretty cut and dry on this. It's just a matter of what I'm going to hang on it. Probably, I don't know. Let's get to the point where it's sanded and inked, and I'll punch holes in it at that point and decide. So this is a sticker, and I want to have the moon. Let's see. I know I need to come a little bit down from this top, but I want to even it. So is anybody watching any good shows lately? I watched one on Netflix this last week. You're buried in stamps, trying to sort them. I've got way too many. I've got a box downstairs. I put in a craft lot for sale, and I think no one's seeing it on Facebook Marketplace because I only have Facebook messaging and Marketplace. I'm not using the regular app. So yeah, I've got way too many that I'll never use. So I actually sorted through them and pulled out an entire box full. But I bought most of mine in lots. It was the only new ones I've ever purchased have been the silicone stamps. And cheap ones. I mean, just what I see. It'll be at a secondhand store, or, you know, from China or whatever. I mean, they're all from China, but, you know. So I'm going to cut this out, but I'm going to have to put something behind it. Maybe I should use this one and do half of a domino. Okay. It's just paper with an embossed domino on it. Just funny. It was a 12 by 12 scrap of paper that came with something. I don't know. Okay, and then I want to use some little bits here on and around it. Like, so this is black and red, and white. You know, I guess I don't have to do that, but some sort of a little pattern behind it, or the book page with maybe a stencil. Let's see how that looks right there. And then if I put this at the bottom, let's see. Oh, forgot I had that little guy. And one of those. Oh, love this one. I could put a little trim on it, I suppose, of some sort. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the book page. This one is like made of cotton. It's from a really old book, and it tears easily. I think I only need a glue stick on this, but I'll probably go over this and cover the whole thing with some sort of glue that will seal it as well. There's a fuzz. That glue is very sticky. Okay. Kind of did that wrong, didn't I? And then put this back. This right here. Kind of want to cut those corners off. This would be a good time for me to use my antiquarian sticker book with all the weird stuff, all the weird stickers, because there's so many weird little ones. I just want to line that part up. Okay, that needs to dry for just a moment. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and give it a coat. Just a thin one so it can dry while I find something that goes on there. Brush. Just because it's a really old page. It's thick and cottony, and why isn't this sticking down? Come on. You know you want to. Go. So the TV show. Oh, you're doing 6 Feet Under again? Oh, I miss our marathons too. 6 Feet Under was such a good show. And if anybody here hasn't watched it, oh, it's so good. So good. Paul and I cried at the finale. I mean, we were so sad it was over. So sad. It was so good. But the one I watched the other day that's haunting me now, and I'm like, because of the ending, and I'm like, gosh, I hope they're going to do a season 2. They have to do a season 2. They really left us like, with so many thoughts at the end. And it's wayward on, which I didn't think I'd be interested in at all. It is on Netflix. I was kind of out of shows, and I thought, well, I'm going to try the first episode wayward. And it is so good. And it'll keep you engaged, so you want to watch the next episode. And I love it when that happens. Why is that doesn't want to stay down? I'm going to put a clip on this. I know what I need to put on that side. Something 3D. I have 3D. I got that. Like, I could put one of these on there. Bit of that. A bit too much. Seems wasteful. Let's see. I mean, I have lots of charms. I've got these moons. And there's moons on the other side. Let's see. Oh, we totally forgot we were going to do this, but I don't have my resin up here, my UV stuff up here to do this. I might take this downstairs to do it because all my stuff's down there. It's got like Halloween. There's a poison bottle and there's an owl. There's a broom. I need to put it on stuff so I can, and these are just flat beads, so I can use it. So I've got a moon and stars that can go on there. Just gonna give it a minute. I could put a button on it, or some of my jewels that are over there. I've got little vampire teeth there. Yeah, it was our funeral for the show, wasn't it? Got a key there I'd like to use. I've got these stars. Maybe those stars would be good. I found this on the ground during the Harry Potter thing, and I thought, well, it definitely needs to go on in the journal somewhere, doesn't it? Got the spider web. Well, these can always hang. This I could put on there with these kind of stars, or the little gemstones that I have. Let's see, like these ones. Wait, I want these ones. These that are so fun. They actually, I mean, they're okay. They don't super match, but they're dark. These ones match, but they're a lot more fiddly than those because they're smaller. It would be kind of fun to do one of these that hang. It's a flower, and to let it hang off of something would be fun, like just a bulb pin. Being purple, I think that's perfect. All right, so what if I do a moon and that on here, now that it's all grungy, from my inky fingers. We didn't do anything on Halloween. I know we were always the couple to go out and do things on Halloween, but we didn't this year. Because we marched on the 18th for No King's Day, or we went to the rally. So we went in costume for that. And then I had the Harry Potter weekend, the weekend before Halloween, I think it was. So I was in costume for that, or 2 weeks before. And then the 18th was, yeah. So I didn't really do anything. I can dress up in costume every time I work because it's that kind of place. We have costumes and it's encouraged, which is really fun, I think. So let's put this on here somewheres, like right there. And then do I'll let it go the other way. And then do some gems across here maybe. My little pencil. You didn't do anything either. There we go. So glossy accents is a great way to cover anything that's like, I could cover this guy and it would turn it into like something that seems like plastic or has a, you know, plastic film over it. It makes it more like a solid thing than something you made. I don't know why this is peeling up. It's driving me crazy. Okay. So if I put some of those on there, I kind of want to put a little piece of washi tape on there too, kind of across at an angle. Let me find a skinny. Let's find a skinny one. I need a skinny one, see? All right, I guess we're going up here. Yeah, I'm leaving that open. I've got bees. I've got fans. I'm going to use fans. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on there because we know washi tape doesn't work very well. Don't really want that glue on my scissors. Shoot, it's going to happen. I'm going to have to wipe them off. That would totally be on there forever if I didn't. Hold on. It's funny, I didn't have internet last time and Eddie doesn't this time. Oh, Kylie, hello. Oh, my kitty's doing great, actually. Oh, I miss you so much. It's so good to see you in chat. And thank you for being here. That means a lot. This one's big enough. I don't need a thing. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. Just put it across. And then I'll put one here. Lids. Lids are good. All right. I'm going to do smaller ones. So if you guys get a chance, watch that show on Netflix, Wayward. Kylie, we should have like a FaceTime soon to catch up. I know that you don't have the space right now to do all the other stuff, but it would be nice to catch up. Oh, yeah, still here. Last week, we had a storm and my internet went out. Briefly, it wasn't very long, but it was long enough to knock out my internet, which then means that you have to reset the computer and it takes so long for it all to start over. I'm trying to find a specific one here. It just takes so long for it to warm up. Ta-da! I'm not mad at that one. That one's okay. Needs inked around the edges. Yeah, let's do that. Get all caught up. last few weeks have been made, but hopefully things are a wee bit more good. Oh, have been mad, crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine. I need more glue for this one. Yeah, I would imagine it's crazy there. Oh, I forgot I put a dot up there. Come on. These are really hard to flip over. I mean, they're slippy. They're very slippy. I think I'm going to do a smaller one over here. Whoop, whoop, right there. All right, so that'll get inked, and then I'll punch holes in it. And then that's the other side that doesn't need anything else. But that's fun. It'll look better when it's done. It's kind of in the middle stages right now. Oh, you found some of your gel. Julie moved. Believe it or not, Julie moved. Like a big deal. It's such a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and throw a bead in this real quick, because that's easy enough. And it should be like just a random bead, just like a pearl, or I've got just a few sitting here next to me. Let's see if this one fits. Just a random bead. Yeah, it's too big. I've just got my little tray of goodies here. I know I must have some small ones. Why do I have a pink one? I don't know. I'm not sure where that came from. What if I did red? Or this blue one. It's the right size. Oh. On a normal day? Yeah. Just random beads. This is where I throw everything, you know, when I'm cleaning up what I've dropped on the floor, or when I don't know what to do with something. All right, well, I guess I'm going to use one of the blue ones because I don't want to dig out one of the other ones. I do need one of these. Probably just that. It's like a denim blue. This journal is more like bright colors, but that's okay. It kind of needs something on top too, doesn't it? Like maybe that's where my pearl comes in. All right. Cut it. And then that can just go on a bulb pin and be put anywhere, really. But I think the purple flower goes with what I'm doing. And I haven't added a pearl yet, so I guess that's my pearl. I always have a pearl, don't I? It's like one of the things that I love. There we go. Oh, hey, Kylie. Paul is my cruise buddy. He's the one I went on both of my drag race cruises with. Oh yeah. It was last Friday, Paul, that mine went out. Yeah, Julie, I can't imagine redoing my art room. I cannot. I can't imagine moving it. There's just so much stuff in here. That sounds like a nightmare to me. Nightmares. So a bulb pen for this one. I have some in here. Or it could go on a brad. I mean, I think I made that the right size for it. That could just be on there, or I could put it on a chain and let it dangle more. One of these. But I think for the purpose, one of these is just fine. Okay, a good color here. Gold. Oh, this one matches the metal. Not that it matters, but I mean, not on this journal at least. So it would be a good place to put like a little bit of green fabric, you know, to represent the leaf or the stem. Like just a little bit of green shredded fabric of some sort. But I think that works nicely for a dangle. And that one was simple. So tabs. I do need to put more tabs on that, but I need to make sure that they match. So if I'm using the scraps that I've already created for this journal, that means that they'll definitely match because, you know, they're the scraps from it. Or even some of the canvas, some of this stuff would make a really nice tab. And you guys remember when I did these ones and I just used the paper strips and put the eyelet on there, and then these would get glued to the top of tags or top of the page or the side of the page, which is really handy. Well, I could make, you know, a number of those to go on to work as a tab. I've also got some punches that I had used on some of the pages, and it would be fun to use those as well. I mean, you can just fold it over, or you can use it like this. Glue it right here, cut it in half, and then glue it right here and leave like a little space to glue that down. I think most of this journal, like black and white, is definitely some colors that I can use throughout the journal on everything. So these chipboard pieces also might make nice tabs because they're heavy duty. Piece of plastic from anything, or I mean, you can use anything. Got some stickers here. And if you do it right, you can use your stickers back to back and attach it to the page, you know, so you have two that match. Punches obviously make nice tabs. You know, stuff to hang these things on, really. Okay, so we have 12 minutes left. I'm wondering what I should... It's so good to see you in chat, Kylie. Paul, Kylie is the person that was modding before Eddie. And you might have heard her beautiful Scottish accent. It's possible. So you might know who she is, but not realize, because I think you came to some live streams with her in chat, or with her helping. It would be really nice to have Kylie and Eddie on, wouldn't it, guys? Wouldn't that be special? I think so. I think it would be amazing. So I can ink this, I guess. I don't know what to start on because I've got 12 minutes. Yeah, I think we're all missing your voice, Kylie. Yeah, we could have like a party with both of them here. That would be great. These I have actually used embossing paste on in the past. Those are fun. You just use one with really small holes, and you can use a stencil and paint. Obviously, these are used in mixed media or with mixed media. You can use anything on them. It doesn't have to be, like paper. It can be paint, ink, whatever you've got. That's what I could do. I could take my gold, if I can find it. I had it out for something. Let's use Nuvo Mousse. The other day I took these downstairs and I added water to every single one of them. It was so much quicker to do it in the kitchen than it is at my desk. I've never done it that way. I've always, let's use that color. I've actually always done it at my desk, a few at a time, and it's a little overwhelming and very messy. They all got new press and seal, which is awesome because they haven't had new press and seal for 4 years. This one is ash black ash. Black ash, that's right. I don't think Paul was coming at that point yet, because that was like over a year ago, right? I couldn't believe it when we had an anniversary for that. You guys know that Kylie broke her wrist during one of the live streams. That's she's probably holding the record on that for YouTube artists, by the way. Probably holds the record. I bet no one else has done that. The 1st of June, 24. Yep. Black ash. No one's got jokes? No jokes? If Eddie was here, he would have jokes about the black ash. I said ash. There we go. Nothing. Bueller. No. Well, thank you, Kylie. I'm definitely missing my friend. Definitely. Things have been crazy. I know they are there too. All right, so I'm not going to put the eyes in this yet because, I can make a lot of noise doing that when you guys aren't here. Let's see. This one needs holes punched in it. This one needs the eyes. Now, I was thinking with this, these are those plastic discs. We couldn't figure out what they were, but they're antique. I got a whole case of them standing up, and they're almost made out of what old records are made out of. The old ones, the old kind of brittly ones. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. But I was thinking I could poke a hole in this somehow. I can't remember if I've tried to do that or not. I could try the crocodile. I don't know if it'll damage my, it's kind of a weird plastic. It might just crack. I don't know, but I could certainly try. I could use a little drill on it, obviously. But these would make really cool little dangly bits, I think, like little tags to hang down. Maybe something that goes into a pocket that's got a string on it, like a tea bag, or you know what I mean? Like, so it's connected and then it just sits in a pocket. That would be kind of fun with some of these. This is just scrapbook paper, something that was cut out. but they're pretty heavy duty. I don't think I missed anything though. Oh, and I was thinking of wrapping wire and beads around like a paper clip or something smaller than this. So there's a good chance that I could find something to do that with. Could even be a hunk of heavier cardboard, I think. Like corrugated cardboard would be okay. You know, let it show. Kind of do the same thing. Because this is so bulky. Yeah. But I think I'm going to call it and call it 5 minutes early today, guys. Please don't forget the thumbs up. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm so excited that Kylie's here and Paul made it. And every one of you got to come and hang out today. It does always feel a little weird with me sitting at my desk talking to myself, just so you guys know. It feels weird because I wish I could hear all of you. That would be fun. But you guys have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next Friday at noon Pacific time. And we will have a louder party then to make up for all the quiet today. How's that sound? Thank you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.